Hello, Leo. This is Veritas Malefica with a general reading for the full moon in Aquarius on August 19th, 2024. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading. So some of the messages may resonate, some of them may not. If you are looking for a personal reading, I do offer them on a very limited basis. Information for how to book that is listed in the description box below. Yes, that being said, I have already meditated on the energies and I've shuffled the cards. And disclaimer, all of these readings for this round have gone completely, absolutely differently than I have previously structured any readings. And each one is coming out very unique and very different. So as you can see, I already have one card that has said, I'm here for this, and it's an oracle card. So we will read that first and then get into a few tarot. I feel like you're going to get more tarot cards than some of the other signs did, but we'll see how that rolls. I am choosing to use only one tarot deck. It's the Aquarian Tarot. This is the full moon in Aquarius, and so as I went to grab it and clear and shuffle the deck, I noticed that there was a Rider-Waite card stuck in the deck, and it happened to be the Star, which represents the sign of Aquarius, and so a lot of Aquarius energy going on. I also decided to select an oracle deck to use. This is the Star Seed Oracle. And I just felt like I needed to use it. It has a little bit of an Aquarian energy to me. And it's a little less structured than tarot, a little more kind of channeled intuition sort of message going on with that. So we'll get into that in a minute. I also did want to talk a little bit about the astrology. I've been talking with each sign about that. There's just a lot going on. It is an actual shitstorm right now. We all know Mercury is in retrograde, causing chaos with communication, with travel, with technology, all that kind of stuff. I will say with that, in addition with a lot of other planets in retrograde, just kind of slow down and know that things are not going to work out how you plan them. If you come into it with that energy, knowing things are going to change, then you won't get so stuck on, okay, like I need things to go exactly like this. Just let the energy flow. Let it happen how it's going to happen. Otherwise, you're just going to get annoyed and disappointed. So that's my main advice for that. Big astrological transit I've wanted to talk about with everyone is the Saturn Jupiter square is beginning on the full moon. Great timing, full super moon. Let's just do that too. Two major planets. Anyway, Jupiter is the planet of abundance and expansion, whereas Saturn is the planet of restriction and boundaries. And so those two things are very opposite, occurring in a square. You might see that the things that you're trying to expand upon, build upon, grow in your life seem to not be growing at all, seem to almost be shrinking, or just not going to plan. Nothing's kind of happening how you want it to. This is a great time to kind of check yourself and like, okay, why do I have this plan? Why am I stuck to this idea? Why do I want it to happen this way? It's a great time to look at how can I change it to make it more effective, more long lasting, or something that's going to, persevere in my life and create a lasting effect instead of it being a fleeting sort of short-term thing. Jupiterian energy, we can get very carried away with that expansive, abundant sort of vibe. So checking it is actually not a bad thing. But big thing with this transit is that it is usually accompanied by major economic and financial upsets on a global scale. As we all know, the economy is terrible right now. Inflation is crazy high. There's a lot of things going on. I feel like this is just what has happened and resulted as all the things that we did during the pandemic, and getting back to normal after that. What is normal? Why is this normal? This seems terrible. Anyway, we may see some things shifting in the financial sector. And I think it's about time that they should. So never an easy thing to happen, but sometimes it's for the better. So everything's got to even itself out. So that is something to think about and be aware of. That transit will continue to occur and do some things in the sky and affect us for about the next year and a half. So, but the beginning of it is going to happen on the full moon. So, all right, let's see what we got. What do we have for your, oh yeah, this looks a little, that's kind of the energy I was feeling. All right, so what the cards, so this is what the imagery is. I did not feel like you were feeling good, Leo. And I don't know. This moon is not great for most signs. Most signs not having a good time. And you are no exception. So the name of this card is I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. And this does look like there's been challenges. There's been issues in interpersonal relationships, in, you know, connections with other people, and we might be assessing those and realizing them. We might be apologizing to others. We might be letting go of other people. In this particular context, I'm getting like definitely grounding. There's some grounding that's necessary. I think there's been a lack of grounding, and that is what we need to start moving forward towards. Um, Sometimes connecting with others is a good thing, and sometimes making sure that you're not just barreling through and saying, I want to do this and that's what's happening. That's not going to work out well for your interpersonal relationships. We need that community connection in order to succeed. That's part of who we are as humans, as just the beings that we are. You can't do everything alone. You can't do everything all by yourself. You're connected, whether you like it or not. So yeah, I would suggest grounding during this time will help you to kind of feel not so upset by whatever's gone on in the past. I feel like you've had a big conflict, a big blowout with somebody important in your life. There's been a lot of arguments, anger, issues, and there is a need to apologize. The words I'm sorry can really change the course of a lot of things, and saying it and meaning it. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not do things appropriately the first time. I knew you were going to get more cards. Yeah, I think this was the most cards I've gotten for any sign. You're the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Let go of whatever things. Release and let go. Say, you know what? Fuck that. That didn't work. I'm sorry. Let's start over again. Let's start over. The white flower. Innocence is still there. No matter what you've done in the past, the words I'm sorry will really help you out right now. They will really help you out. Okay, the cards I have upright. Yeah, there was a stubbornness, being stuck in a position and not letting it go. You really were, no, this is what's happening. I've spoken. This is it. And it backfired. It made you seem like an asshole. And it's too much. You were doing too much, being too much. Um, you know, it wasn't good. And you're like, well, I was just being myself. I was just being a Leo. I'm just trying to get things done. I'm just trying to like start the fire. But sometimes when we do that and we think like from our perspective, this is positive, other people might not view it as so. Let's see what these other cards say. Yep. There it is. I had it backwards. Yeah. So what that comes off as is kind of manipulative, and like you're screaming at other people, like just no wiggle room whatsoever. Like you're just like, no, this is how it has to be because obviously, and it's like you're coming from a good place internally, but other people are not perceiving that as such. Other people are perceiving that as you're being kind of greedy. and you're not letting the energy flow how it needs to flow. And this is causing this is just not, it's not going to move forward. A false start. You tried, and you made it difficult for other people. And sometimes that's hard to admit. Sometimes that's hard to be like, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up and I'm sorry, but let's move on. I do see you getting into that energy state, um, coming into I'm sorry and saying, you know what? Yeah, I was a little too stubborn. I was a little too intense, and I didn't have enough flexibility in the scenario. And I'm sorry. I see that now. I see how I hurt you, and I see how I was not acting from a balanced state. And I apologize. And now I'm ready to move forward and balance and work with other people and other ideas and move forward in collaboration. Because all this stuff is just, it's not working. You can't hold things like that. You can't just force yourself upon it. You have to collaborate and allow other people's opinions, other people's input to come into this. So, yeah, that's and really this one card, that's the major advice. I would encourage you to apologize and to make amends with whoever you have caused conflict with. It's been you that has been the source of the conflict. It's not other people. Soften a little bit. Soften into more of the feminine energy. Release and allow, and go with it in a little bit more of a passive way rather than being so aggressive all the time. That will help you very much. But major advice for this lunation: apologize. Apologize to who you need to, and relax a little bit. Relax your hold on things. All right, Leo, that's what I've got for you. Short and sweet, not going too deep here. There's enough to consider, and you know what it is you need to do, really. I'm only here to just reflect back the energy that you're already aware of, but I just show it to you in a different light. So that's what tarot is really all about. All right, that's what I've got for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you resonated with the message, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you for the next lunation. Be safe during this time. Take a little time out, as well as saying, I'm sorry. Take a little rest. Rest and relaxation, very important during this time. All right, we'll see you soon, Leo. Thank you.